Okay, welcome to training number 2. In this one, we're actually going to get the design made, get it uploaded to Gearbubble, and then we're also going to start our first Facebook ad campaign. So you may have noticed that when I'm talking in the webinars, it says like 2020. Well, that's because that's when this training was on my forums, was in 2020. So, I mean, you're getting it for free. The people on the forums watched this a while back, but I figure it's just sitting there. Nobody's really using it, so I might as well get it out there because there is a ton of value still in all these trainings. So welcome to session number 2. There's another one coming after this. Make sure you watch that too. By the end, you'll be able to not only research, design, launch, but use a couple different methods with Facebook ads that do still work today as well. So don't worry about that. Again, if you have any questions, don't go to the forums unless you're a member. Go to the group. So ppc-coach.com/group. I'll put it right there again. And we'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the training.
Hey everybody, welcome aboard. It is time for the second live training session for Valentine's Day. So we are going to actually launch a test campaign to see if it works. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go and repeat this 5 times. So you can spread it out over 5 days, or you can do them all in one day if you're feeling really ambitious. But as far as timelines go, we're going to do this, and then the next webinar, live training session, we're actually going to show you how to scale things once you find a winner. So first, we got to define like what a winner is. So when we launch a test design, we need to find out if it gets a sale or not. So a lot of people say, you know, we got a lot of, like they might say to me, it got a lot of likes, it got a lot of comments, got a lot of shares, but didn't get a sale. Then to me, that's not a winner. Okay, so a winner means you got a sale. And we're going to do a very specific process for this. So I'm going to show you it all from, start to finish here. But, first, I better check. Can you guys hear me? And can you see my screen? So just give me a 1 in the chat box if you're good to go. Okay, good. Awesome. I should probably not ramble on before I check that. So we're going to launch on Gearbubble to start. And if you want to do this on your own store, that's fine. If you want to do it on other platforms, that's fine too. No problem there. But I'm going to show you Gearbubble because I like them. So let's go here. Now, this is not my main Gearbubble account. This is a dummy account that I use for training because you can see that the all-time sales are super low compared to my main account, which is approaching $1 million sold. So that's why I'm using it, because I'm getting a lot of people that are spying on a lot of my stuff. So I'm also using a page here that I've never used before. I just kind of found an old one. So I'm using this, I'm using a dummy account, and I'm using an account here that I was using, but I'm going to actually create another engaged account. So that's what we've got. So first things first, what's the design? Well, it is right here. And I'm going to start by uploading this to Gearbubble. So here it is. I posted on the forums too. So it says, to my fiance, you are my soulmate, my love, my peace, my life, my best friend. In you, I see our happy ever after. I love you beyond words. Now, I got some feedback. I posted in the forums to see what people thought of this. And, honestly, I think my first reaction was, damn, that's kind of ugly. But that's a good thing. That's why I posted it, because I wanted to show you guys that a lot of the times ugly will work, and ugly will work very, very good. So you don't have to be like nitpicky about, well, this space between the Y and the S is too small, and I don't like this background on this. And I'm very not, I don't know what the opposite of picky is, but when the designer gives me something, if it looks kind of decent, I'll go for it. Because you could spend a lot of time trying to nitpick and trying to change little tiny things that suit your personal taste, but your personal taste is irrelevant in this business. So that's why I kind of posted in the forums to show you guys that, you know what, this is not my favorite design, but my favorite designs are my lowest sellers. My ones that I'm like, oh, that is butt ugly, they're my best sellers. So it is the opposite in this world, it seems. What our personal taste is irrelevant. So don't put your personal taste onto your designs. The good designers, they're good at it, and they've made a lot of these, and they have an eye for it. So just because we might not like it doesn't matter, to be honest. So let's go here. First step, we have to get this launched. So go to your Gearbubble account or Shine On or Teespring or whatever you're on, or your Shopify store, and launch a campaign. So I'm going to show you Gearbubble. So let's go here, launch traditional, and then we go necklace, next step, and then we're going to go here, and we're going to go with a gold. But I'm also going to do something. I'm going to add another style. I'm going to add silver as an option, just because why not? I'm going to price that $39.95. So I have bumped my price up quite a bit compared to others. Now, in my other account, I actually get $35 per sale because I have a volume kind of bump on payouts for being a big seller. But in this account, I don't. So this account will look like yours. So you make $32 profit per sale. That should be like revenue per sale instead of profit. But anyway, next step, oops, is to upload. So upload. And then what I do is you can just drag this over and release. And then you're right in there. And then you just drag it out. Now, sometimes the designer won't have this centered correctly. So when you go to expand it, it gets a little off. And if you have any little gaps here, you want to close those. So what you do is click on Snap to Center to turn it off. And then you can drag it around a bit. And what you want to do is just basically position it so you're not seeing the background on the necklace. It's a little bit of tinkering to get it right. And just drag it down a little bit. There. Oops. Nope. Just a little. There. That's good. It doesn't have to be like, don't worry if there's like a little tiny speck showing, because when these are printed, they're going to be printed right in there anyway. And actually, this does look kind of good on the gold, so I don't mind that. So let's hit next step. And now up here, we're going to put the campaign title. So it's going to be wow, can't type today. And actually I have, on day 4 of my keto diet. So I'm kind of in the keto flu stage. I'm taking my electrolytes and the potassium and magnesium and sodium, but man, I don't like day 3 and day 4 stink on keto. So you are my soul. Now, we don't have to put the whole title in here because it won't fit. So you can just take a chunk of what you say. So to my fiance, you're my soulmate necklace. And then down here, you can go like this. Would your fiance love this? So you want to talk to them. So ask a question in the first part, and then you answer it. You say, yes, they would. And then go ahead and get them one now. It's the perfect gift for Valentine's Day, or just because. I put, she will love this. Oops. She will love this and love that you thought of her. Oops. Such a sweet way. So there we go. And that's about it. So you're just putting a paragraph in there, telling them like, yeah, she'd love it, go ahead and do it. And then categories, we can put these in. So you can put family, you can put fiance, necklace, or future wife too. Or fiance, Valentine's Day, stuff like that. Now, here we're going to set this to end at 10 o'clock. Then down here, we're going to go on the silver, we'll just do the same price. So usually I'll do silver at lower and gold at higher, but I did gold first, so I'm going to show gold. So I'll just go like that. And now we have to put in the URL kind of slug. So we can do something like my soul mate. Oh God. What about this? Love my soul. There. Okay. So you got to kind of tinker with that till you find one that's available on that domain. And then we just click here, terms of service, and then we do the big old launch. And then it'll launch it. And now what I'm going to do, and the reason I like Gearbubble is because of the upsells. So I can attach an upsell to this. So I'm going to go back to my account, and then I'm going to go here, launch, traditional, right away. And you can do a coffee mug or a pillowcase or a bracelet or a wine glass or a tumbler, travel, whatever, even a blanket you could do if you want. Typically I do a coffee mug because they sell really easy. And then I'll just upload the design again. I'll just take the exact same one. I'll put it on a coffee mug. And just pull it out. And then here, I like to do, well, you could add another style. So you can give them the choice of 11 or 15, up to you. Or you can keep it simple and just go with 11. 11 is pretty small for a coffee mug. 15 is a good size, like a normal size. You could do black if you wanted, but it looks better on white. So I'm going to leave it at $19.95 for the 11. I'm going to charge more for the 15. This personalized stuff, you don't need this, but this is where you can do personalized mugs if you wanted. So I always click on duplicate image on back. That way it's on both sides. And that does look pretty good on a coffee mug. I'm going to go next step. And in here, I'm just going to do kind of the same thing. To my fiance, you are my soulmate. And I'll go mug. Now in here, I'm not going to put anything, only because I'm not running ads to this. This is only an upsell. So the people have already read my description and all that stuff. I'm not going to put categories or anything. Well, I am going to set the time. But you don't need to, because I'm not running any paid ads to this. If I were running paid ads, then I would come back in and set the description, category, and tags, but I don't need to. So what do we say? My mug. I'll just put 2 G's, because even this URL doesn't really matter. Now down here, you can see the 15-ounce mug at $19.95 produces $13 per sale. So let's bump that to get the same amount. So let's make it $21.95. You might say, well, nobody's going to pay $20 or $22 for a coffee mug. No, but we're going to give them a little discount. So let's click on I agree to terms of service, and then launch. Launching. Takes a second. All right, so now we're going to go into my account. And what we want to do now is kind of set our pixel. So just go back to this one and go to settings. And this is where you go to tracking pixels. And then you click this little box over here. And you've got this spot. So now we go to our ad account. And we go to, well, I can go into an old one. Let's just go to any ad here. See what we got. Here's one. So I'll just edit this. And I can just grab this pixel. So for this ad account, the pixel ID is right there. You can also get pixels from right in here. Ads manager, and then all tools, and then pixels. And if I open that in a new tab, that's the wrong one. So let's go to engaged. Put in your ad account, and then you'll come to this page, which will show you your pixel. So you can see this ID right here is what I want. So now I go back to Gearbubble and I put that in, paste, then click update, and then you'll see it's updated successfully. So now this product, which I can open in a new tab, has the pixel, and I go to pixel helper, that I want, the 401, 327, blah, blah, blah. So that just ties it to my ad account. So when I'm tracking people who viewed the page, people who added to cart, people who purchased, I can see it in my ad account. So I can see which campaigns got sales, which ad sets got sales, and all that good stuff. So now see this drop down? If somebody wants the other one, they can go here, and it switches to the silver. So it just defaults to the gold though. So that's a neat little trick. Now, we have our pixel updated. So now we want to attach the coffee mug. So after somebody buys this, excuse me, we want to offer them an upsell. And the upsell in this case is the coffee mug. So I'll click upsell, and then I'll go yes, and then I'll select the upsell, select this product, and then I'll scroll down. I'm going to turn discount on. Now, if I'm going real quick, don't worry, because you can watch this in the replay. And then I'm going to offer 20% off, because it doesn't cost me anything for this upsell. Then click update. Now, when you click update, it doesn't automatically scroll to the top. Just make sure that updated successfully is on. Then you can go back to my account, and you can look at, well, these two. But when they buy this now, it's attached to this one. So they'll be offered this mug after they buy from Gearbubble, like automatically. And not everybody will take the upsell. It's probably like 1 out of 10, 1 out of 12, probably, I don't know, 10% maybe a little bit lower, but actually take it. But it's free money, so we might as well do it. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so we are motoring along here. We've got our product up. We've got our pixel set. Now, what we need to do is we need to get this image ready for our ads. So the easiest way is just go like this, right click, save image as, and then we'll go to, I gotta find a spot for it here. Let's go over here. So we'll go, I just moved it to the other screen. I have it in a folder somewhere. There. Okay, so I've got it in there, and then I'm just going to open up Photoshop real quick, and that's the image, right? I already had it uploaded or saved. So I want to turn this image into a 1080 by 1080 pixel image so that I can use it in my ads. So to do so, we open up the image in here. Then you click on the rectangular marquee tool, and you can set it under style. You can go fixed ratio 1:1. That'll give you a square. Okay, so then you just click and drag. And the cool part about this new Photoshop is they give you the center stuff. Like it had that little pink line that showed up. I just go image, crop. So now I've got an image that is square, but it's not 1080 by 1080. So I have to resize it. So I go image size, and you can see it's 1256 by 1256. So I'm going to go 1080 by 1080. Now the image is 1080 by 1080. So this is image number 1. So I'm going to go File, Export, Quick Export as PNG. Oh, maybe I'm not. Oh, man. Let's go File, Save As. See if this works. Okay, this works. I don't know why Quick Export didn't work. But anyway, so we'll go 1080. Black background. Save. And we'll do whatever that was. Usually I can do a quick export, and it's a little bit easier, but apparently it will not let me do that right now, so be it. So we just adjust. Not a problem. All right, so I've got one image, but I'm actually going to use dynamic creatives in this. So I need 2 images. So all I want to do is change out the background. So to do so, I click on this magic wand tool, and then I can go Oops, click it. And then I can just click here and then hold down the shift key and click here and then click these little black spots. All I'm doing is making this transparent. Oops. Right there. Okay. Now I hit delete, and now I've made it transparent. Very cool, right? So now I want to put a background behind it. So over on the bottom right here, I go like this. That's a group. So I want to create a new layer, and I drag that layer below the other one over here. And then I can actually go down here, and I can go create new fill or adjustment layer. And I can do a solid color, a gradient, or a pattern, or whatever I wanted. So if I want to do a solid color, I can just pick like I can even use a dropper to pick out of here a color right off the necklace if I want. There, that's cool. It's like a dark red. So now I can go File. Let's see if I can export it this time. I don't have third party. That's weird. So errors happen. We just got to roll with them. So just do File, Save As, and then we'll save it as, well, I might as well save it as a mockup for a PSD file, and then we'll save it as a PNG file. That's what we really want. So hit the drop down and go to PNG, this one. And then we'll save this as 1080 red background and .png. And we'll do that. Boom. Just check our file size. It should be the same. Yep, 1080 by 1080. Now the resolution is only 72 pixels, but I've never found it matters. People are, like 80% of these people are looking at this on their phone anyway. So we've got now 2 images that are ready to go for our ads. So we've got this launched, we've got the images ready, the pixel placed. Now it's time to actually create the test ad campaign so that we can see if we're getting sales. And what I'm going to recommend to you guys is the reinforcement method for testing too, because it's been working very, very, very well for me. Typically I set it at $100 per campaign per day, and I'll launch 10 of them per day. Now, don't let that freak you out. That's like $1,000 per day. It's not going to spend that because we do have rules on it in place that will stop it from spending. So don't worry. You could even adjust the daily budget down if you didn't want to spend that much. But the whole point of the reinforcement method is we're just putting, it's basically one ad set and one dynamic creative into a CBO campaign or campaign budget optimization. So we're kind of, it's not hacking the system, but it's not doing it like Facebook would prefer us to put all 10 ads into one CBO. I've done that and it hasn't worked as well. So now I just do this reinforcement method with it, which is one CBO campaign with one ad set and basically one dynamic ad inside it. So I'll show you exactly how to set that up. The reason it's called reinforcement for you guys that are new to the forums, we have basically 5 campaigns that will start in the morning, and then 5 will start in the afternoon. So the reinforcements are the afternoon campaigns. Typically campaigns, a lot of them will die out in the morning. They won't make it to the evening traffic because our rules will shut them down if they're not performing. To save us money, right? We don't want to be blowing money when we don't need to. So that's kind of the point. And I'll show you the whole thing, how to set it up here. So let's go into our ad account and let's just create a new campaign. So I've got a couple in there. So I'm going to go with number 4. So let's go create. And then when you go in here, you might be on this guided creation. I don't like this at all. So I always switch to quick creation. Leave this page, that's fine. So it should look something like this, something similar. So we'll just go, we'll call this campaign number 4. And then this is number -01. And this is for Gearbubble. And what we're going to do is a couple combinations with engaged and interest to start, because we can't really go with no interest yet because our pixel doesn't have enough optimization on it. And when I say pixel, I mean like your ad account, your campaigns, your ad sets, your overall history of purchases. Okay, that's kind of what I'm meaning by pixel. The more that we have, the better this will perform. So we can't go with no interest targeting yet. I'll get to that in a second. So let's go with USA only, and let's set our age, and we'll start like basically wide open. So we're going to go 25 plus men in the USA, and we'll start with this one, because we are in Valentine's Day, and then we're going to put this. So this remeth means reinforcement method, and then I put the date on the end. Now I'm going to start 5 at 4 o'clock today. I can't start them in the morning because we're already in the morning, but I can start at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So these ones will be my 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern start. So now I just copy this whole thing. And this little special ad category thing, they got in trouble for, I guess companies were running ads and they were excluding people. So Facebook got in a little bit of trouble for that. So you don't have to worry about that as long as you're not running credit. We're running necklaces, so we don't have to worry at all. Campaign objective, there's a whole bunch in here. We're going to go with conversions. I don't know why they want me to generate leads. But anyway, this is a CBO part. So we're going to turn this on, and it defaults to $100. So we're going to leave it there. You're not going to spend the full 100. I mean, unless it's profitable. If it's profitable, we'll spend as much as we want, as we can. But if it's not, then we're not going to. So then ad set name, I just paste the campaign name and create new ad. Ad name, I paste the campaign name too, and then save to draft. And now it looks like this. Your screen will look kind of, so here's a campaign. This is the ad set. This is the ad. You can collapse this, and to get it back, you just go edit right here. So it pops it back open. So we're basically, this is all going to be left on default settings at the campaign level. And now in here, into the ad set, we can start with our targeting, right? So this one says website pixel, engaged pixels, and then there's my pixel ID. But I don't want the conversion event to be add to cart. So I'll X out of that. I want it to be purchase. Okay, if yours is red, it means you don't have any sales yet, and it'll give you a big warning box down here. You can just ignore that. Go for purchase anyway, right off the bat. Then we're going to do dynamic creative and continue. And then we're going to scroll down here, and we're going to set the start date and time. So in this case, we're going to go 4 o'clock p.m. So this is Toronto time, that's Eastern. And then we keep scrolling down, and we're going to go United States. Yours might default if you're in the US. Mine defaults to Canada. So there we go. I'm going to run it wide open, but I'm going to do 21 plus men in the US. So you can see that's like 100 million people so far, which is a ton. So I'm going to move some over here. So we're going to cut that down a little bit because we only want the engaged people. So now I'm going to go here. I'm going to go type in Valentine's Day, which is an interest, which is awesome. So we're still at 7.5 million men, 21 plus in the US, match that interest. So we need to narrow that down because we only want the engaged ones. We don't want the married guys because this would make no sense for them. We just want the engaged. So we're going to narrow, and then we're going to go engaged. And under relationship status is engaged. So we just combined them. So that dropped down to 290,000 men, 21 plus in the US, matched Valentine's Day and are engaged. Pretty cool, right? That is our target. That's our target market. So now we're going to go and create the ad. So I just click over here on the middle column. I'm into the ad name, says that. I'm going to select my page, which is gift. There, gifts for family. So gifts for family is right there. And under Instagram account, I'm going to use selected page because your ads are going to be shown on Instagram too. We can turn on previews over here if we want. Now I need to create the ad. So first I need images. So I'm going to use 2 images and Facebook's going to rotate between them to figure out which one is best. And then we can run a report later and see actually which one got the best sales. So let's go select images. And here I'm going to upload from, let me pull this over here. Find it again. Probably shouldn't have buried it. Okay. So I'll select them both. So I'll hit Control and then select the other one and click Open. It's going to upload those 2 there. So, and then down here it says selected images, 2 of 10. I hit Continue. And now my images are ready. So now I have to put in primary text. So let's go and do that. I like to use those emojis. So let's go here and let's pick 2. Here's one, a heart with a ribbon on it. So I went to pillyapp.com/Facebook-symbols. Okay. It's just a site I found works really well for this. So now I can put this in and I can say perfect. I'm asking a question. And then down here, I'm going to say she will love this and love you. No, I already said that. I can say it again. Get her one now and watch the smile grow on her face. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Get her one now and keto flu is giving me brain fog. Get her one now and make her day. That's it. So they can actually, some guys will put like what it says on there too. You can do that, but I'm just going to leave it at short and sweet. And then what I'll do is I'll copy this because I'm going to do 2 images, 2 primary texts. So I'll add another option and click paste. Then I'm going to go back here. I'm going to use the other, this heart, eyes thing, smiley face, whatever it is. I'll go here. I'll go do. There. So that's my 2 primary texts. And then under headline, I'm going to put click here for details. And then I'm going to add another option. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. Click here for pricing. Then description. This is the description that they're getting rid of. So it doesn't matter all that much, but I always say get her one now. Then add another option. She will love this. And now I need the URL, and then it'll start filling in my previews. So back here, go back to your Gearbubble and grab the URL, and then go back to your ads manager and paste it. And now it'll start showing me the previews. Or it should. There. So it's going to look kind of like that. And that got rid of that error message up there too. So that's a good looking ad. And now under buttons, we have learn more, and we can add another one too. I like to add in the shop now as well. Just because they are shopping, so might as well do shop now. And so this one is now ready to go for 4 o'clock, but I'm going to do basically 5 of them. So I'm going to give this whole design 10 campaigns, 10 reinforcement campaigns. 5 are going to start in the afternoon and 5 are going to start in the morning. So now we just got to create the other ones, and it's easier now. So I go quick dupe, and I'm just going to change out some numbers. And in here, I'll go with something like love. So I'm just editing the title of the campaign, and then I'll select the whole title. I'll go into the ad set, and I'll double click, paste, and I'll go into the ad, double click, paste, and I'll go back to the ad set, and all I'm going to do is change Valentine's Day to love. I'm going to remove Valentine's Day. Now watch, this number goes up dramatically. So this is saying that 1.4 million men in the US match love as an interest, and they are engaged. So that's a little bit bigger number. See how fast that was though? And you can see on the schedule, it pulled it over from the other one. So it is set to go at 4. I'll go back here. Quick dupe. I'm going to do number 3. And then this one, I'll try. And if you're not sure what to put in here, then just go to the ad set level first and scroll down. And you can go to suggestions. And you can see that there's a lot of ones that'll pop up in here. And even something like this works very well. Oh, sorry, not girlfriend. No, I was thinking of the girlfriend niche. Romance and love is a good one. And you can look at the number, that's 140,000. That's fine, because we're not really scaling this yet. And then we'll just go back here and change this title to number 3. Remove the word love, replace it with romance and love. And then copy that whole thing, go to the campaign name, paste, and then go to the ad name. So see under the ad, I don't have to do anything because it's doing a brand new one. And the old way with like the slow and steady method is we'd be using post IDs in here, but we're not with this one. I'm finding that these dynamic creatives are outperforming any other like post ID or social share proof or whatever else that people used to do. That method is getting old. It's not working as well, so I don't do it as much. And then one of my favorites here is this one, hunting. I use it in virtually every family one. So hunting and engaged 21 plus men. So I'll go here and I'll select the ad set name and paste. Then the ad, paste. And then I have to remember to change that to hunting from romance. So I'll just literally click here. I'll type in hunting. And then get rid of romance. Now I got to do one more. And this one's going to start today at 4. Scroll back up. And this is where, I mean, you can get as creative as you want. There's so many different options in here. If it's like it's football season, right? And the Super Bowl is coming up very soon. So you might want to put Super Bowl as an option in here. So check this out. We can check it. I haven't really done it, but if you go Super Bowl, then let's remove hunting. Look at that. 510,000 males, 21 plus in the US, are interested in the Super Bowl, and they're engaged. Pretty cool, right? So why not target these guys with a nice hat? They're in a good mood. They're loving football life. You know, Super Bowl's coming up. So why not? You can do that with like movies coming out, movie stars, pets, really anything. As long as you have and engaged on there, you're targeting the right people. So that your first interest in your targeting is just kind of breaking it down within the engaged niche. So we could just do engaged period, but I like to break it down with this when we're starting to try and find little pockets or little interests that are working well. And then if Super Bowl works, Then I might want to dive down a little bit further and say, okay, now who are the players that are left in the Super Bowl that are like the big stars on the team? Because I'll do like their name and engaged, or I'll do like the team name and engaged, so we can bid on that too. So that is pretty cool and works very well, and allows you to really expand your offering like quite a bit. So I'm just going to set up the first 5 here for those, but now you're going to have to continue, and you're going to have to do 5 more that are scheduled to start tomorrow. So for me, that would be the 17th at, I do it at like either midnight or 3 o'clock a.m. or Eastern. I do it. Well, 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern is typically when I'll set it. So you'll schedule those to start 5 more ad sets with different interests to go tomorrow at 3 o'clock a.m. And then those 10 campaigns that you've got set up now with our reinforcement method, those are your tests. So I should probably upload this. So you hit review and publish, and then publish. Under filters, we can go like this. Active or pending. You'll see it'll pop in here. So it'll take a second to load. If you get any error messages when you load, just you can refresh your screen and then hit refresh and review and publish again, and it should go up fine for you. So there, 15 went up. Just taking a second, it seems. So don't need to, yeah, so they're scheduled. So now if we go filters, pending. So these are pending delivery, and they will start at 4 o'clock today. So you can look at that and you say, wow, that's $500, Will. I don't want to spend $500. You do if you're pulling in 700, because that's 200 profit. But like I said, these aren't going to spend that full amount, because the last part that you have to do, you have to do, is the rules. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So notice every one of these campaigns has the word remeth in all caps. Okay, there's a reason I did that, and you're going to see in a second. I'm going to go here, and then you're going to go to automated rules. So I'll just open that in a new tab. Let's go into the girlfriend one. I don't have anything in there. So let's go engaged. So go into your ad account, and here's the rules. So I have my rules set up for this, but I'm actually going to delete them all, because I want to show you from scratch. I want to show you what your screen is going to look like. Actually, forgot I had these rules in here. There. So yours will look something like this. So what you want to do is go up here and click this green button, create rule, and then apply rule 2. We want to do all active campaigns, and we're going to turn off the campaign, and here's our conditions. So the first condition is under settings and campaign name. And what are we going to put here? Remeth. So all campaigns that have this in the title, so even future campaigns that you haven't even made yet, if you have the word remeth in it, this rule is going to apply. So the beauty of that is you do not have to keep repeating the making of the rules, which is we used to have to do until I figured this out like a while ago. Now this will apply to all your future tests. So this automated rule setup is a one-time thing. Okay, so that's very cool. So the first rule is going to say if it spends $15 without an add to cart. So we'll go down here, scroll down to website conversions, Facebook pixel, and then we'll go adds to cart is smaller than 1. So this is saying if it has remeth in the campaign name, it spent $15, but it doesn't even have an add to cart, then we're going to turn it off. Okay, so turn off the campaign. So it's going to run every 30 minutes automatically in your Facebook account. So here under the rule name, we'll put remeth rule number 1, turn off campaign if spent is greater than 15 and add to cart is less than 1 lifetime. Now I'm just going to copy this so I don't have to type as much out again. Great. So that's cool. So there, you spent $15 and it didn't get an add to cart. It shut down. So you're not spending $100 on that campaign because it shut off at 15. So instead of $500, now you're at $30, $60, $75 in testing maximum for those 5 ad sets or those 5 campaigns. Right? Pretty cool. Now, if you want to get more aggressive, you can. You could turn that down to $10, but I think 15 is a sweet spot with these Gearbubble ones at $39.95. Right? Now we need another rule. So we're going to go all active campaigns. And again, we want to trigger this if it has the word remeth in the campaign name. So this one is for it got an add to cart, spent $15, and it got at least one add to cart. So it's going to keep running. So now we need to say, okay, well, we're not going to let you run all the way up to 100 unless you get a sale now. So in this case, we go if spent is greater than. Now, we make like $32 per sale on that, right, according to that other screen. So we could set it at our break even. So if it spends $32 and website conversion, Facebook pixel purchases is smaller than 1, then we're going to shut it off. So what this is saying is turn it off if it has remeth in the campaign name, spends $32 without a sale. So the maximum we're going to spend is $32. You can round that down to 30 and round it down. So we'll go 15 and 30, make it a little bit easier. And then we're just going to put the rule name down here. So we're just going to edit this to if spent is greater than 30. Purchase less than 1 lifetime. There you go. I'm just going to copy this whole thing. Great. Cool. So there's the 2 main rules, but we have a 3rd rule. So now, what if it actually gets a sale? So then we don't want to let it run, ragged and let it go spend all our money and, have a sale cost $100. So we have to put some kind of controls in as a safety measure to make sure that it's not going to a cost per purchase of like $100. So to do that, the easiest way is to create a rule. Again, all active campaigns. And it's going to trigger if the campaign name contains remeth. And in this case, we'll do spent. Now we're going to go with 2 times our break even. So we'll go with $60. And the purchases down here is greater than 0. And now this is a new one. So cost per website conversion, Facebook pixel, and then we'll go to cost per purchase is greater than 30. Now, notice Facebook tried to sneak this in here, this lifetime impressions greater than 8,000. They do that because they want you to spend money. So we have that in place with this spending $60 instead of impressions. So we're going to get rid of that. Then they give you this big, scary looking warning message. Ignore it. It doesn't matter. Our whole rule is saying, this is based on now it got a sale. So we want to we'll give it another $30 to basically get another sale. But after that, we want to make sure that that cost per purchase is at about $30. So if we're making 32 and our cost per purchase is at 30, we got a $2 profit per sale at least. Okay. So this is just a kind of a little safety one. Then we'll go down here. This is going to run every 30 minutes as well. Just in the background, you won't even have to watch it. So if spent is greater than 60 and purchases greater than 0 and cost per purchase is greater than $30. Then we'll tell them to shut it off. There we go. So those 3 rules are your core rules, and you're going to want to have those set up now on your first campaign. Now, when I go back in, and remember I have to schedule 5 more to start in the morning in this case. So I can go here and I can go edit I can do a duplicate. I'll call this number 6. And who is in? No, should I do that? We don't know who's in the Super Bowl yet. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll go with an old standby. So I'll go fishing. Now these ones, I'm going to start at 3 o'clock a.m. So let's copy this whole name. Let's go back here. Paste. Scroll down here. Now I got to change this to the next day at 3 a.m. And then down here, I'm going to remove Super Bowl and put in fishing. And this will be a big one. So you can see that the potential reach is, oh, actually it's only like, well, almost double the Super Bowl one, but 920,000 people. So this number 2, I mean, it's a guess by Facebook, and it's not, don't get too tripped up on that. If the number is a little bit lower, that's fine. Maybe your targeting is a little bit tighter, so nothing wrong with that. Let's go with the ad here. Paste. So basically I've got review and publish. So I've got 5 set up for 4 o'clock and then 1 set up for the next day. And actually I might as well just finish these off because we've got a little bit of time here. So I'll create the other 4 that are going to be scheduled. So again, edit and then do a duplicate and then we'll finish off. Now my point was, all these new ones that I'm creating, they have the word remeth in the campaign name, so the rules will apply to them. I don't have to go back here and do this again. Pretty cool, right? So that just saves a lot of hassle, a lot of time, a lot of energy. And here I'll go with some that I used. Gratitude. Another one. You can even do like TV shows if you want. Gratitude will pull in a bunch though. Oh, it's actually less. Interesting. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Okay, grab this ad set name. Paste. All right, so that one is ready, and I haven't uploaded it yet, but when I upload it, the rules will be automatically applied. So now I'll go into number 8, and we'll do another one. And this one, we could do let's do skiing. So maybe these guys like skiing, and they're engaged. So the other thing too, if they like skiing, they probably have a little bit of money because it is not cheap to go skiing. So they're interested in skiing and they're engaged. Let's see how many. 460,000. So let's just add that to the ad name. Paste. Cool. And then we'll go here. We'll go number 9. And this one, we can do, oh, another one of my favorites. Happiness. So happiness and engaged. Good combo. Get rid of that. And down here. $940,000. So there is a good chunk of men that are engaged that we, that's why we're going after them, right? And the last one, I'm going to show you, I don't even know the interest on this, so I'm going to go into the ad set first. But this just popped in my head. So I'm just starting my keto diet. I guarantee you there's a lot of guys that are on the keto diet. So let's see if we can find keto diet app. Ketosis. Ketone. Maybe diet. No. Weight loss. No, that's not. I was hoping just keto was a word. But I guess this would apply. Let's try this. Ketone. You know what? I've never tried this one before. So I'm going to try it. It's 180,000 men. Ketone, odds are I learned that means keto diet. So let's go here. So this will be interesting to see if this one works, because I've never done it. And then let's change the campaign name and the ad name. There. All right. So let's go back here and let's hit review and publish. It shows showing the 4. Publish. All right. So we actually have now to review what we've done is, well, I mean, we came up with the image and the everything in the previous training, but we uploaded to Gearbubble. Then we created an upsell. Then we went through settings and tracking pixel, and we added the pixel. Then we went to settings and upsell, and we added this as an upsell. Then we went here and we saved this image and we resized it to 1080 by 1080. Then we removed the background and we put in a red one. All right. Then we went to our ad campaign and ad account, and we've set up now 10 10 campaigns using what's called the reinforcement method. We've got 5 campaigns scheduled to start today at 4, and we've got 5 more scheduled to start tomorrow at 3 o'clock a.m. And then what we did is we created our rules that are going to kind of run things for us. So rule number 1, if it spends $15 without an add to cart, Facebook will shut it off. Rule number 2, if it spends $30 without a purchase, Facebook will shut it off. Rule number 3, if it spends $60 because it has at least one purchase, but the cost per purchase is too high, it'll shut it off. Okay, so that's it. That's testing 101. And the main part of testing is right here, these 10 bad boys. So what you'll find is maybe 4 out of 10, maybe 3 out of 10 will get a sale. But if you have one of these out of 10 that gets like 3 sales or more, I'm going to say there's a huge chance you hit on a definite winner. So a possible winner is one that gets like 1 sale out of 10 test campaigns. It just gets like 1. A definite winner gets like 3 or more sales in your test. And this test is just going to run for basically the lifetime of these campaigns. If one of these campaigns gets a sale and it's profitable and it stays profitable, you're going to leave it running. There's no point in shutting it off. So basically your rules are going to shut it down, or it's going to continue to run because it's working and it's profitable. Okay, does that make sense? So now the whole process that we just did is repeated for the next design and the next design and the next design. So you're going to have 5 designs that you're going to test. You're not just going to do 1, you're going to do 5. And that's where I say you can schedule them out to start to test 1 per day, from like Tuesday, test 1, Wednesday, test 1, Thursday, test 1, Friday, test 1, and then Saturday or Sunday, test 1. Out of those 5 that you tested, with all this work you put in, you're probably going to hit on one that's going to be a winner. Okay, a couple of them are going to be duds. They're not going to get any sales. Don't worry about it. That happens. Okay, you can mix up the interests that you're targeting. If I see like my new interest, ketone and engaged, if I'm seeing that works, it could mean that guys that are like on a diet could be a good target for my necklaces. So I can go to other diets, and I can go to like weight loss, and I can go to like working out, and I can start creating more campaigns, more shifted towards what I'm finding, those people like, what they're interested in. Okay. Or if hunting, if that works, then I'm going to go in and I'm going to look at, okay, now what type of hunting, like deer hunting, duck hunting, what hunting are they interested in? So I'm going to do new tests with just those interests. Okay. So in the test phase, we can kind of throw a broad net to see where these people are, hanging out, what they like. And then when we find out what they like, we can dive even deeper and make even more money. Because if we find out, keto guys really are like vacuuming up these necklaces and love them, then we're going to go after more of those in our future tests. So you're always buying data, looking at the data and seeing what works best. As well, notice I went 21 plus for the males. Well, I'm going to come back in after I run these. I'm going to hit this, and I'm going to go breakdown by delivery. I'm going to do age, because I'm going to want to see what age range actually, who clicked, who added to cart, and who bought. I want to see how old they are, and then I can narrow down my future tests to the best age ranges. Okay, we'll show that when we get to scaling. But right now, you have to test 5. Okay, if you don't test 5, you're not doing it right. Simple as that. So the guys that, a lot of people join the forums on the $1 trial and they watch one webinar and then they quit. Those people are never going to make any money online. Okay, they're just jumping from next thing to next thing to next thing, and they're not sticking with it. They're not following the process. Don't be that person. I put the dollar trial out there to attract a lot of people, but I know a lot of people are going to quit because a lot of people they just can't hack it. And that's fine. It's not built for everybody. But for you, you're here, you're on the second live training. That means you're going to do 5 tests. Okay. You're going to test everything in batches of 5. Each week, you're going to do 5 if you're serious about it. If you want to go slower, you can. But, I find 9 times out of 10 when somebody goes slow with something, they quit because they lose patience. Because they think, okay, well, I'm going to test 1 a week for 5 weeks. You're not going to hang around for 5 weeks. You're going to lose patience, and you're not going to do it. If you're going to do something, dive in head first. This is not theory. This is what I do. You're actually seeing my whole test process in this whole webinar. So there's no doubt that it works. It absolutely does work. The only thing that we don't know is the combo of people that Facebook is going to show our ad to, and if those people are going to like our ugly design, right? That's it. So if you guys have any questions, I can certainly take it. You can use ketosis as well is another one for keto instead of. I guess I could sub that out too. It just popped in my head to go with keto or diets even. I could do dieting. Just to show you guys that there's really no limit. If you have a particular brand of car you like maybe you like Maserati, do Maserati and Engage. You think those guys got money? Yeah, because those are super expensive cars. Or like Lamborghini and Engage. Well, then you might get more fanboys and everything, but stuff like that. Don't limit it. If there's a really expensive sound system or some TV that's super expensive, or a vacation destination that's super exclusive and expensive, like maybe you could put Hawaii and Engage. That's pretty cool. So the point is, there's really no limit on what you can put in there. So I hope that helped everybody. If you do have questions, please post them in the forums and we will answer and support you. And then we will see you on the next one, where I'll show you a couple of scaling strategies that I use in order to really blow these things up and get a lot of sales coming in. All right, but right now we got to find that definite winner first. So your homework, 5 repeats of today's webinar. So 5 designs, you're going to apply 10 reinforcement campaigns. You're going to make sure you have those rules attached, and then you're going to come up with one definite winner so that we can scale it. All right, good stuff. I'm losing my voice. I'm going to close off with that. Everybody have a great day, and we will see you in the forums.